The State of Crypto is presented by Tron, connecting the world to the power of cryptocurrency.
Welcome back. It's time to check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk State of Crypto newsletter. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
So we got a few things going on here, don't we? Let's see. We had, of course. Sorry, I just we have the Senate that has just changed its composition slightly. We now have a majority Democrat, 51-49 Democrat in Democrats' favor. What is that going to mean ultimately for crypto?
Yeah, so last night, Senator Raphael Warnock won his re-election bid to represent Georgia for another 6 years, giving, as you said, Democrats a 51-49 lead in the Senate. So that means that, we've had a 50-50 divided Senate for the last, year and a half, 2 years. What this means now is some of the committees are going to be a little bit more heavily balanced towards Democrats. We're not going to see, equal weight given to each party in terms of how committees are made up. It should give Democrats a slightly easier chance of passing legislation or filing subpoenas. Of course, the House is going to be a Republican House for the next 2 years, so that will be a complicating factor. Crypto, of course, it's long been seen as kind of just one bipartisan issue. So hope remains that there might be actual movement on crypto legislation, and especially given the FTX blow up, I think there's, some genuine interest in that in a way that, we might not have seen in previous years. Now, as far as the rest of it goes, it's the Senate. It is going to, we're going to see maybe easier time confirming some of President Joe Biden's nominees. So, for example, he's nominated Martin Gruenberg to be head of the FDIC, which is one of the bank regulators we're going to be paying close attention to in the coming months. And if he isn't confirmed in this month, then next Senate might have a slightly easier chance of doing so.
Yeah, we're also looking at U.S. lawmakers that want the Department of State to reveal the rewards it pays in crypto, according to the National Defense Authorization Act. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we got the text of this 4,400-page bill last night, and it has a couple provisions that may be of interest to the crypto world. The provision you mentioned, I think that is probably the most interesting one, at least for now. So basically, if passed as is, the provision would require the Department of State and the Secretary of State to tell Congress about any payments, rewards, et cetera, given in crypto. So, for example, this could be whistleblower rewards paid to those who blow the, whistle on ransomware crimes or, ransomware perpetrators. But the provision goes further than that. It also wants to know, what kind of analysis is being conducted. Are these crypto payments going to help people who might wish to harm America's national security? Things like that. So it's really interesting in that, the Department of State had announced, I think last year, that it would be willing to pay rewards in crypto for information that led it to, or led the U.S. government to finding, the perpetrators of certain crimes like ransomware. But now Congress is clearly paying a bit more attention. If this does pass as is, and of course the National Defense Authorization Act is a must-pass bill, then we might be able to start seeing a little bit more clarity around just how this is happening, what kind of rewards are being paid. Other provisions do include some distributed ledger technology provisions. We've seen a lot of these before. So, really just kind of interesting to see that the, Congress is continuing to say, hey, yeah, DLT is something we should be, aware of and generally keeping an eye on.